Welcome to PWG, also known as Pro Football Golf. I'm Cooper Roman, and today I will be talking about PWG rules, who the players are, and how we keep track of awards, achievements, points, course records, pars, all of that. But first, we're going to get into the rules of PWG. How we play PWG. And there's 5 things that I'm going to go over of how we play. First, there is 9 holes set up around the yard, which we will play through twice so that we can get 18 holes played. And each player is also allowed 1 mulligan for all of 18. So that way if somebody doesn't use their mulligan in the front 9, then they wouldn't get 2 mulligans for the back 9. And so if you use it in the front 9, then you don't get it for the back 9. You don't get another mulligan for the back 9. So just 1 mulligan, hole 1 to hole 18. Each player will have their own ball, whether there's a small crack in it, big crack, no crack, doesn't matter. Each player will randomly be given a ball, no matter the conditions, that they also have to keep track of. They also have to keep track of their own strokes, and other players will help if it's needed and if we think somebody is cheating. However, everybody has to share one bat, so that way it's taped the same and it's weighed the same, so there can be no cheating there. Each hole starts from where the previous hole ended, except for hole 1, obviously. So we have a specific start spot for hole 1. So you'll hit that hole, and once you're done with hole 1, you'll tee off for hole 2, where you were trying to go for hole 1. With the contact rules, if you swing and miss completely, then it doesn't count as a stroke and you can hit again, obviously. If you barely make contact to where it's noticeable, then it counts as a stroke and you'll just have to hit again or either use your mulligan. And that's basically the 5 main things I have to go over for how we play PWG. Now I'm going to say some of the players that you will most likely see. There could be players that I don't name that you might see, but I'm just going to say the ones that have already played. Now it's time to introduce the players, which they're obviously not here right now. But first we have myself, who you will see me play the most. However, there will be days where I will not play just because of the points and round played thing. You'll understand later when I go over that. There is Jay Corcoran, who has the 2nd most points all time, and again, I'll explain that later. There's Jake Fisher, or Fisher, who has the 3rd most points all time. Again, will be explained later. There's Braxton Hopkins. We also have, and those 3 you will see probably the most. We also have Bennett Biga, who is the current course record holder, and I will tell you what that is later. And occasionally you will see Thomas Guzdala and potentially Carter Stahl. Those 2 are really busy, so I can't guarantee that you'll see them as much as you'll see myself, Jay, Braxton, Fisher, and Bennett. But now I'm going to explain how we keep track of points, all of that. So how we keep track of all this stuff is just in the Notes app on my phone, which there will be pictures somewhere on the screen. So basically, we have all-time points set up. So basically, if you finish first, you'll get 5 points. As you can see, Thomas Guzdala has 1 win, so he has 5 points. If you get second, 2 points. If you get third, you get 1 point. As you can see with Carter Stahl, he only has 1 point. That's because he's played 1 time and he plays third. We also have listed everybody's PRs, and that's just the best they did, whether we only played 18 holes or we only played 9 holes, because sometimes we can't always play 18, and I'm not going to guarantee every video that it will be 18. We're going to try to get it to be 18, but if we can't, it'll just be 9. We have the match play right where it's where we will keep track live, and when we do play, you will probably see an update of that after every hole. And then we also have the course record set by Bennett Biga at 13 under. We have who has hole-in-ones and how many hole-in-ones they have. As you can see, it's both Braxton and Bennett at 2. And then we have the pars per hole, and obviously repeat at the end because we will play through all 9 holes twice. As you can see, there's 2 par 3s, 2 par 5s, and the rest are all par 4s. Now, when I show you the course, you're going to think, oh, that should be a par 5 or that should be a par 4. And it could be changed. Probably won't. We have specific reasons for why the pars are set up and all of that. Yeah, that's how we keep track of achievements, points, wins, personal records, pars, and all of that. Alright, so that's all I have for this introduction video. If you have any ideas for how we can improve, just let us know in the comments. I'm also going to say we don't have schedules for when we will post. So there's not going to be weekly posts. There could be some times where you'll get a post, at least a post a week. Sometimes you could get 2. Sometimes you'll get 1 every other week. Sometimes you could only get 1 a month. We're going to try to make it 1 a month. But as we get closer to school, we will obviously have to die down on how much we play because we are all athletes. And yeah. Also, PWG, Pro Football Golf, you don't have to call it that. We call it Wiffle Golf, or we'll call it Wiggle Golf, and I'll actually have Jake Fisher explain why we call it Wiggle Golf, because I just think he'll explain it the best. You can also call it Pro Wiffle Golf if you want. You can call it PWG, whatever you want. But yeah, that's the introduction video. See you guys in the next video, which will probably be a course tour.